that. Nothing really. How about, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a little while since we caught up because I think the last time, I want to say it was right as restrictions were starting to lift a little bit during the whole pandemic. So I think that you were able to finally like look out your windows at that point without being yelled at. I don't know, but we survived it though. So
Yeah. Everybody, I guess everybody getting the shots and the whatnot.
Right.
I don't know if you're a shotter or not, but don't offend anybody.
I know, huh? Now we got a new thing to worry about. It's like the whole offense thing. It's like, oh, good grief.
I'm just weird about. I'm weird about it. Especially going to the Rite Aid and having to go behind the counter. Come back here, and so I just kind of, just try to lay low.
Right. Well, now, okay, so with you being down in the Los Angeles area, I would imagine that like when you go out, is it still kind of like 50-50, those wearing masks and those not?
You see some, but really none. And they lifted all the thing where, for a while there, you couldn't get into a club or a bar without or a restaurant in LA proper without and apparently that's all gone the wayside.
Okay.
And yeah, you just don't see any of it anymore.
Not like the last time we talked, that's for sure. And that's kind of how it is here too. Very, very speckled, I'd say, if that's even the right phrase for it. You see just masks here and there. But then again, though, too, we're in a really liberal area up here, and for some weird reason, it's primarily the people that lean a little bit more to the left that are still masked up.
It's become like a political statement. It means that you are not a racist. I know it's insane.
That's where we are in 2022, kids.
That's where we are. So
oh my gosh, no doubt.
You and I have seen a lot of stuff. So by now we're like, oh yeah.
I know.
When this all started up, I remember the big AIDS thing, and then so it's like, oh, okay, I've been people dying. Yeah, okay, I've been here. Young people, everybody. Yeah, I've been here.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, you brought that up. So, briefly, I don't know about you, but when monkeypox reared its ugly head and presented itself to everyone, monkeypox had a lot of the same similarities to, in a way, to the whole AIDS thing.
Right.
Like, so what do we have?
Gay thing or a sexually transmitted blah. Yeah.
Right. It's like, good grief. What do we need? So Foxpox is next.
Better say that again?
Foxpox.
Foxpox.
That's the new one coming out this next week.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's time to pull out your orange and white.
Okay.
I could probably get serious here, but that's all right. Why do we want to deal with that?
Okay, but that's that right. So
I got to grab my napkin so I can wipe my mouth off after getting away from the dinner table.
I brought crop. I got them ready.
Oh. What?
I'll just flash things,
Perfect. That works for me. Guys, yes, you are watching Black Friday specials, and I hope your Black Friday is going well so far, the day after Thanksgiving. And hanging in this morning with Michael Quercio of the 3 o'clock, and like he said, permanent.
Nothing can save the hour. She's on her own. The time is getting later. The pain undone has become much.
Salvation Army. Mr. Michael, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. You're good too, right? You look good.
Yeah. Well, I'm hanging out in this cold field. I don't know if you can see it in the background, but wintry field. Yeah. So
yeah. Christmassy and yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just in my room here with all the stuff. So my background is just stuff. Maybe you can see. I think Theta Barra.
I was gonna say, yeah, I see your head sticking up there. Nice. You got some cool kitsch stuff though. I see the pictures and stuff online that you post. And it's like, I don't know what kind of house you live in, but you have got some of the funnest I don't know.
A lot of it is just, years of thrift storing, and a lot of it is stuff from when I was little. My mother never threw things away; she just put things in boxes.
Really?
So there's stuff from 100 years ago that's still, that I just dug it out and put it up.
Oh my gosh! Is it
I like the Theta Bara fan back there is like from my hippie cousins.
really?
They were way older than me and had great records and great rooms back in the day. And so, over the, they just gave me their stuff when they didn't want it anymore. So I have a lot of cool stuff like that too. So.
Oh my gosh! I am totally transfixed. Just below her head is this cool reel-to-reel.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! What is that?
It works, and I buy you can still, you got to go to thrift store and stuff. But you can still buy they used to sell every album came out in a reel-to-reel version.
No way.
Yeah, and they came out in two speeds. The faster speed that it would run on was the expensive one, and then it ran on a slower speed that didn't sound that great. But if you find the ones that are the faster speed, they sound like master tapes. So.
How cool is that? Guys, we're going to just hang out in Michael's house today. Forget the rest of the show. We'll just do a little tour. Wow, how cool is that? Yeah, I noticed that right over your shoulder, and I'm like, that truly is like, what year is that, do you think? Or what year is
that is, I've looked it up. It's about 69, 70. I got it at a thrift store, and still to this day, it works fine. So.
Isn't that something?
Whoever owned it, I don't think they ever used it. So.
Do you know how many people there are like your mom, though? Probably all over the world, but I mean, even just in our country, that put stuff away, box it up, and then just forget about it.
Yeah, there were a lot of moms that were, because my other friends were like, oh, my mom threw it away, or my mom sold it at its garage sale or whatever. But my mom was pack away and forget about it.
We love your mom. I don't know about you, but like I can still remember being that young age when Star Wars action figures started coming out.
Okay.
The little guys, And
I remember the big saber thing.
Yes. Yeah. Right. The movie came out that they had like the toys and all that starting to happen. Mm-hmm. But I always thought if I would have just bought two of everything, put one away, opened one up.
Exactly. Yeah. It's worth more if it's still in the wrapper or whatever.
Michael, I'll tell you, it would be a different world. I would have bought World Peace by now because I'd be that rich. But I mean, actually, have you ever seen shows like Toy Hunter?
No, I haven't watched that. But is that just all dedicated to old?
The guy goes out. Yeah, people write to him from across the country. He goes out to their garages, their basements, their attics, and what people have set aside is just totally amazing.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. And out of sight, out of mind. You have no idea that you've got a virtual, you got a bank in your closet. Oh wow. So let's see. So all materialism and commercialism aside,
it's the biggest shopping day, isn't it, for the holidays? Black Friday.
I think but I'm wondering though, is Black Friday just a US thing or is it global? Is that
I'm guessing it's probably an American-Canadian thing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Maybe England, possibly. I don't know.
I don't know kind of if they're into the whole. I think isn't it kind of like stemming from the whole mall culture or the whole.
Totally. Now, the interesting part about Black Friday is that it actually dates back a lot further than what I even remember. I don't remember hearing about Black Friday necessarily as a kid.
No. This seems to be maybe maybe the 80s.
80s, yeah, definitely. But it's like this whole it's got its own holiday, its own subculture.
I remember the stores started, that day was, they'd have some insane sale, like the first 20 people that get in get a free or whatever, and that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've worked it out now where people aren't actually fighting.
No, they're still working on that. Hey, we can't. Yeah. No, that. It's funny because you'll, and I think some of these are just from as recent as last year, but the internet is loaded with all kinds of horrible footage of people
Oh
just
yeah.
knocking each other down. And it's kind of amazing. I doubt that they're the ones, the same people that are like in church the day before, that are now these like, ravenous beasts in the grocery or in the stores.
With your family and the day before and being thankful and then
Warms my heart.
everybody wants a deal,
No doubt. And there are, especially in today's economy, there better be some screaming.
Nowadays. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, oh my Lord, we should catch up more often because we could really talk about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
No doubt. So, speaking of which, what's new with you? What's going on?
Well, we're doing a lot of the kind of like memory lane. We're doing a lot of reissues now of the old,
Cool.
like stuff I've done, and first off was last year we put out the Yep Records, who are redoing all the 3 o'clock Salvation Army stuff. Put out, I have it right here, the Salvation Army original single.
Ooh.
4 songs that we recorded.
Wow.
And 2 of them came out on the Minutemen's New Alliance label.
Okay.
And that's when I was, and the other guys were still in high school.
Wow.
And this
4
was
song?
packaging of the original, the fourth, it was a 2-song, originally just Doris Day and Mind Gardens.
Oh, okay. Love
This is
that.
original Salvation Army band. And this is actually, I prefer these versions to the versions that ended up on the album. They're much.
Okay. Is there a pretty drastic difference between the 2 versions then?
I'm quite surprised. It's in a way, I just think they're far superior to the 2 versions that ended up on the album. And anyway, so there were 2 other songs that were also recorded during those sessions. So now, Yep Rocks put out a double 45 gatefold thing of both the original 45 and then the 2 songs that were never released.
Oh wow! And how long ago did that?
In the original packaging.
I love the graphics.
Yeah, and that's all just the original graphics, and so it's all. And it's all made to. Let me see if I have.
We need to let the audience know that if they need to use the
It's
bathroom.
made to look like the original 45 record.
Oh wow!
It's the original 40, so
Oh my gosh!
so this is all available now from the Yep Rock.
Where can they find it at?
Yep Rock, REPROC.
Okay, Rep Rock. Okay, cool.
You can order.
Awesome.
And that was because that was put out on last year's Black Friday. And now this year's Black Friday, I don't have a copy of it yet,
You don't.
but it's going to be the Salvation Army album that came out after this.
Oh my gosh, that picture is just burned or emblazoned in my mind. Some things I can still see the cover of 16 Tambourines,
Right.
black and white. You guys, and it's just like it's funny how those images like stick out. You notice it more though if you're lucky enough to live in an area where there's still like an old mom and pop record store, or like a local or kind of lower what's the word I'm looking for? Not the corporate record stores. The ones that are cool and hip. You guys.
Now all that exists are the independent.
When I get wild, can't you see I'm wild? The places that you love.
Pretty much that. Yeah, because really even the record stores at the malls have gone the way of like Best Buy, if I remember.
Yeah.
And that Best Buy, I'm sorry, but it's not a record store.
But even back in the day, we had there were, like you said, there were the independent little stores they're the ones that sold all the real cool stuff.
Right.
We had Poser and Vinyl Fetish, and then down in Long Beach by me here, we had a place called Zed, which was quite a store.
Okay. Wow. And you did a lot of record purchasing over the years, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
but I really loved the and even back, when I was a teenager, we had the record stores that specialized in used records, vintage, hard to find.
Right.
Down in Long Beach again, I'm really close to that area. A place called Bagatelle, which is actually still there.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, and they've got great. Oh, sorry about that. There's noises going on here all over. I don't know about you, but does your cell phone, you get all kinds of spammer calls,
Yeah, and I don't know what your weather has been like over the last week or so, but I've been hearing this from a lot of people up here over the last 4 or 5 days. All of us are getting horrible reception on our phones.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like a 5G thing or if it's like a whatever it is, but just not its normal good reception like it normally is. So, did you guys get the winds here within the last few days?
Um, we've got rain now, which is really odd for us here in LA.
Wow.
So we've got rain, and where are you coming from again? You're in.
I'm about an hour south of Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have your storm or something.
Okay. Well, we must have. I don't know. I don't know who we switched with, but like gusts of wind, probably 80 miles an hour, but extended periods of time. We lost a lot of trees up here. I know that for sure. So, but that's nature taking care of itself, though, too. Kids, that's a completely different show. This show, however, though, is the Black Friday specials here on the Groove Zone, the day after Thanksgiving. I'm hanging today with Michael of the 3 o'clock Permanent Green Light and Salvation Army. What are your usual traditional things that you do on Black Friday?
Well, I like to go, see what the happening Black Friday specials. I'll go to the little local record stores. I may trek out to the San Fernando Valley on Ventura Boulevard. It's probably one of the best Black Friday stores to go to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I may do that. It's a bit of a trek for me, but.
Now, do you have to leave at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to be able to get there on time and not get?
Yeah, or not hit traffic. Maybe because it's Black Friday, there won't be as much. But no, if you're going to go out, if you're where I'm at, and you're going to go to the San Fernando Valley, and you want to be there at, let's say, 6 p.m. or something, you've got to leave at like 11 a.m.
Get out.
No, you got to leave at like 10 or 11 and just make it a day out there, and then go to your destination later on in the evening. Because you'll be on the freeway for 2 hours if you try to leave.
Oh my golly.
2 hours. Now it's insane the amount of people that live in this area now and use the freeways.
City planners back in the day, they had no idea what was going to happen with the population boom.
I mean, there used to be a rush hour, and now it's always.
It's just a get together every day. Yeah. Everybody just hangs out on the freeway together, right?
Exactly. It's always a rush hour. So.
I want to know who's up at the front of this all.
Lucky people.
Yeah, what's taking them so long? Good grief. And I don't know about you. I try so hard to keep this under control, but it's my road rage. And not like violent, evil, like death-hating road rage, but just like, you got to be kidding me. What are you doing?
Especially now, I don't know. Maybe just I'm noticing it more. But people drive a lot like it's a game.
Exactly.
Like they're playing, a video game, or they're playing,
In that video game, as soon as the game's over, you can come back as somebody else. In this game, though, there is no, when game over happens, it's game over. The way that
like they're playing, it's very odd.
It's Speed Racer, totally Speed Racer. Yeah. And you look over your shoulder and you see like the animated stripes going by.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what are they? I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to figure it out, Michael, but Okay, Thanksgiving. So what are some of the family's Thanksgiving traditions?
Well, let me see. I'm not
Or
in my
street tradition?
I'm not in my relationship anymore. I said try it with me and my sister. We'll be
Okay.
getting together. I think maybe a couple of friends will come by and maybe do
Okay.
like a dinner like that. So my parents are gone now, so it's like all my relatives have always lived in the East Coast or in the Midwest. So
And for to like go back for like what 2 days, 3 days, or whatever, and then have to come home and deal with all that. A lot of that's why I think why a lot of people just kind of started staying home because
right,
that's well between 9/11 and a couple of other things, everybody just kind of seems to there's still people that travel. I don't like being that busy on the holiday because it goes by quick enough as it is.
right, exactly. So I don't. Are you going to have a lot of people over? Or?
I think the guest list is sitting at 75,
Wow.
maybe two.
How many turkeys is that?
Oh my gosh, it's 12, and the leftovers are just for days. No, I definitely pared down. My mom's been gone the last couple of years, and that was always my primary. That'd be my number one thing to
Right.
do. And beyond that, though, and there's always invitations every year, but it depends on where they're at. And I know that sounds bad, but I'm not one to get out. I don't like to hustle and bustle. You know, I just and not saying that I'm a Scrooge by any means, but it's like it's just that like frenzy that's out in the air sometimes. And there's nothing kind of more depressing than being on your way to your mom's or grandma's house on Christmas morning and have the guy at the next pump over from you filling up his tank swearing like a mofo,
Right.
or whatever. It's like, well, God bless you too, Tiny Tim. Anyway. Okay, so now we know what's a part of that. What you looking forward to Christmas?
Yes, absolutely. And I like Christmas. I'm a real Christmas fella. So
What's one of your coolest Christmas memories?
well, I don't know, they're all cool. I don't know, being a little kid was the best, because I was kind of spoiled, so I got a lot of stuff. So.
That I kind of figured that your parents loved you just a little bit. That Oh my gosh, and I don't know about you, but it's funny. It's like sometimes it seems like it wasn't that long ago, and then I'm reminded when I look on like online or something. It's like, wow, our childhood was really a little while back.
Well, it was quite a while back. Yeah. There wasn't any, it wasn't made your own fun, I guess. So maybe
Yeah.
that's why we're so into music and maybe more people aren't these days because we kind of like all we had,
Well, and when you
away our uh,
when you were showing us the EP earlier, I was thinking to myself, it's interesting to remember the days when you actually had to mail away for something and wait for it to show up in the mail, and it wasn't overnight. It wasn't.
right.
You waited weeks for that album to come from whether it was overseas or whatever to show up. Not that instant gratification thing like what everybody's so used to now.
Well, I was fortunate enough to be in Southern California and near the coast and LA and Hollywood, and so there were there were all these places to go to find this stuff, or even what was great was, and then you had them too, was the department stores had the cutout record section, where you could find the stuff they weren't printing anymore.
Yes.
Which nowadays, you find some
Uno,
great
dos, tres.
Michael Quercio from the 3 o'clock, the Salvation Army, Permanent Green Light, and I'm probably forgetting something. But anyway, you're watching Black Friday special.
Yes, you are. Keep doing it. Keep it up, Buttercup. Thank you, sir.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome.
Which nowadays, you find some great. I found the New York Dolls like that. I found a lot of old T-Rex like that, and
Same
stuff,
here.
that was out of print, but you could find it for $1.99 or whatever.
At House of Values and different places like that.
It was fun to do, and
Totally love that. And you're right. That was I I discovered some of my favorite alternative artists that way.
Yeah. And then you wanted to find the new punk bands, and then you know when all that was happening. There were, like I said, around here, there were a lot of these little stores that specialized in that. Whereas in other parts of the country, like you're saying, you had to send for. There just was nowhere to find this stuff. So I just lucked out and was in the right place at the right time.
True. And for me, living near Seattle, kind of the same thing. It's like I didn't really have to go. You know, there's a little bit of a drive, but not too bad. And what's cool too is that like here in Olympia, we've still got a store that's been around since like the early 70s, I think. And they've just kind of gone along with the years, but they're that small alternative kind of record store that still sells the yellow disc inserts for 45s.
Yeah.
You know,
you had great, I mean, back when we were playing, you guys had great little clubs and great places for bands to play in Eugene, you know, all the college Eugene and Portland. And
I remember Bellingham's story.
Say that again?
I remember a Bellingham story.
Oh, did I say the Bellingham story? Or did you hear it from someone else? And I said it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. You guys have good beer up there. And
yeah, no doubt.
Bellingham, is that closer to the Canadian border?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going to be in Vancouver, but I remember having a little too much to drink. And you know, when you're like 19 and you're on tour, and
no doubt. Well, and how
what was great then too was I don't know if it was Washington State, but a lot of the East Coast places you could be 18 and drink and go to a bar.
Yeah, that wasn't over here.
Boston, it's like, oh, you're 18 now. Yeah. You could go in clubs or bars, or it was like being 21. And there were other places like that too, or places where you had to be 21. So that was great. Then a little later on, they consolidated all that where everyone had to be 21. But
yeah.
I got to still have a little bit of that snippet where you could, you know.
And I don't know what year that happened, but you're right, because I know Idaho used to be 19.
Yeah. So it depended on where you were. So you were kind of like, okay, what's the drinking age here? You know?
Right. Well, and we would go up over the Canadian border, and we'd go to BC. I know before Depeche Mode one year that we went to go see them, we went to the bar beforehand, and at 19, 20 years old, that's big stuff.
Yeah. I think that Vancouver, the Canadians were a little cooler than.
Oh my gosh, that's what I want to be, is on the road with a bunch of 19 and 20-year-old drunk kids. You know?
Oh, there's nothing like that, especially when you're one of them.
No doubt, but we live to tell the tale. So hey, let's see. Oh gosh, I know I've got 101 things to ask, but we don't have 101 minutes
right
tonight. Have you done anything lately with Rain Parade or Bangles or?
I know the Rain Parade are actually doing. The two main guys, Matt Pucci and Stephen Roback, they're doing an acoustic show around Europe now, I've heard. So that's
really?
Yeah. And the Dream Syndicate plays a lot around the country and overseas. And so there's a lot going on. I'm not particularly doing anything right now, but
okay.
There's other scenesters are. So there's somewhere to go and experience the Paisley Underground.
Cool.
Where you are. So.
Yes. I love it when it's a funny thing, the fact that you coined that term, and it just stuck in the psyche of music fans around the world.
Yeah, it's funny how that happened. I just mentioned it in passing to some kid interviewing us for a little LA magazine.
Right.
Now that's what's,
Okay. I want to talk about the pop symposium, pop agorium thing here in just a moment. Are you still doing that?
Not as often.
Okay. Okay, so you're just kind of cruising with things right now then.
I haven't done my podcast thing in a while, so
Okay.
So
I would love to do one with you sometime. I think that would be a total hoot.
that would be, yeah, we'll try to zoom that.
That would be, okay. Okay. Let's chat about that at some
All
point.
right.
Okay. After we get through these holidays.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cool. 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 And
Michael Quercio here, and I'm just wishing whoever out there has a birthday the happiest of happy birthdays to you. From me. All right.
did you ever watch Romper Room?
I think I was a little. Oh, that thing went back to like the 50s. I think I was kind of insulted by shows. I liked stuff like Bugs Bunny, which was a little for an adult kind of,
Right.
kids. So stuff like Romper Room, or I think I was right like 5 or 6 when the Sesame Street thing started, and
Okay.
that's for me was just too talking down.
Right.
Treating me like a little baby, where I wanted to, or a little kid, where I preferred to more, even as a very little kid, I preferred more of more of a sarcastic Bugs Bunny-ish kind of. And I like the old cartoon shows and that. But no, I was not into those specialized shows for kids that started coming out when we were.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they dumbed you down at the same time that they were supposed to be.
It talked like you were a dummy or something. I caught on. Kids are smarter than we think they are.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
They're just little people. They're not.
No, I got the Flintstones and stuff like that. Whereas I think little kids get Family Guy.
Oh,
more,
you think?
I think probably stuff like that is more. Just and.
You find that
that's a little racy, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They have more of a sense of humor than we give them credit for.
Well, and really, if you were to equate what they have today as compared to what we had then, there are actually a number of old Warner Brothers Merry Melodies cartoons that were banned because, or that have been banned since then because they were too racy or too racist.
Right. But I learned words from those Looney Tunes cartoons. I learned about opera when Bugs Bunny was fighting the opera guy. I learned all these, he's singing his. I learned this stuff from just those wacky, that. Because I know that's from a Bugs Bunny cartoon or what, and
right. And if that's your teacher,
rather than just some like woman in talking down to me, or some man with sweater talking down to me, or putting the shoes on, whatever the heck was his name. That was like that stuff was a drag.
Oh yeah. I still refer to people as what a bunch of maroons.
Yeah. Whereas, who was the guy, the Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I'm not putting them down or anything, but just that stuff right away. I just was not into that.
I'll tell you, television programming is totally interesting. The minds that were behind it, and the intent or whatever that know the science behind it, even just boggles my mind. I've heard stories and stuff. Some of it could be conspiracy theory. It's hard to say. Who knows? You know what? All I know is that it's Black Friday, and thank God for that.
Amen.
No doubt. So, with that being said, any holiday shout outs that you would like to do?
Oh, I just want to wish everybody out there watching us a very thankful and happy Thanksgiving, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So
we sure hope so, don't we?
Here we are.
Fingers are crossed for a Happy New Year.
Peace. And let's have peace. No wars and
We'll have to talk.
Okay. Yep, let's
Cool.
do it. Well,
Cool.
thank you for having me again. Thank you.
Michael, thank you again so much for for hanging out with me today. This has been fun. So I'm going to get going. I know you are too, because there's a bunch of shopping to do today. Yeah, no doubt. Or maybe just kick back and, put your feet up and
Fighting. If you don't get the TV, it's cool. Something cool is going to come your way. So.
TVs are gone by now anyway, I'm sure,
Right.
Depending on what coast you're on. All right, my friend. Well, hey, have an awesome one. And I will make sure that you've got links to the show. It airs on the 25th. And yeah. And have yourself a great holiday.
You too. You too.
I will. And I'll be looking forward to chatting with you soon, Michael.
Great.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you soon. Okie doke.